In the shadowed valleys where the wind carries whispers of ancient power, the path of a mortal striving for immortality grows ever more perilous. In Recap, Renegade Immortal, Chapter 5, and 97, Chapter 5 and 98, our wandering cultivator faces trials that test not only his strength, but the very limits of his cunning and resolve. As storms of fate gather and enemies linger in the mists, each choice trembles with consequence. Prepare to follow him deeper into a world where sword, spell, and shadow intertwine, and destiny waits with a blade unsheathed. The saga resumes, and the next chapter of legend is about to unfold. The sky above Sky Demon City churned with a crimson fury, as if the heavens themselves were bellowing in rage. Dog sheet divine retribution. And you little scoundrel, how dare you defile the capital of my Sky Demon country? A voice thundered, shaking the very clouds. Every word carried the weight of centuries of wrath, a storm of indignation that seemed capable of tearing the world apart. Damn you all, you fools deserve annihilation, and this divine retribution, it shall be obliterated first. The voice roared again, echoing into the trembling mountains beyond the city walls. Yet, among the chaos, another voice rang out, laced with derision and daring. Divine retribution, you say? My ancestors thrived under its gaze. Let us see just how formidable you truly are. From the bowels of the earth, a primal energy erupted. The ground convulsed as bursts of furious roars shattered the silence. Thunder rolled, deep and resonant, as though the world itself were crying out. 5 shockwaves tore through the underground, surging upward, defying even the oppressive might of heaven. Each shockwave carried with it the silhouettes of 5 ancient figures, white-haired and lean, their eyes glowing with demonic spiritual energy. Time seemed to bend around them, the aura of antiquity brushing against all who dared look upon them. The red clouds above churned violently, descending, inch by heavy inch. The capital's streets fractured, the earth groaning in protest. Wang Lin's body screamed in agony, blood seeping from every pore as if the heavens themselves sought to crush his very soul. Bones creaked, flesh split under the weight of cosmic judgment, and yet his legs held firm, sinking knee-deep into the fissured earth, his will unbroken. The heavenly might pressed down upon him like a colossal hand, resonating through his very spirit. It whispered with a majestic fury, a roar that struck at the core of his being. Wang Lin raised his head, his eyes defiant, speaking no words, for none could suffice against such overwhelming power. Yet the 5 elders, unaffected by the crushing might, laughed. Loud, unrestrained, wild laughter. They floated into the sky as if buoyed by the oppressive pressure itself. Ah, comfortable! No wonder the ancients said this heavenly might is dog fart, pressing upon me, yet pleasing enough to provoke curses, one declared. Bullshit, they said nothing of the sort. The heavens' Tao is like a capricious maiden. Press her, and you master her. Another countered, voices clashing in absurd contention. The elders, bickering continued, oblivious to the growing wrath of the heavens, which responded with a deeper, redder descent. The ground groaned, cracks tearing across half of Sky Demon City, as subterranean dragons seemed to writhe beneath. Suddenly, their quarrel halted. It was as though invisible hands had struck them down, pinning them to the broken earth. Wang Lin, at the epicenter of this celestial onslaught, felt his body compress beneath the weight of divine judgment. Less than half of him remained above ground, yet his spirit burned undiminished. The elders surged once more, demonic energy exploding from their bodies, cursing the heavens with feral abandon. I am descendant of the ancient demon. The laws of heaven do not bind me. You divine retribution are worth nothing. Their combined might surged toward the crimson clouds. The heavens roared in retaliation, crushing Sky Demon City beneath a force like a hammer of the gods. Buildings shattered, the earth splintered. Wang Lin coughed blood, buried deep beneath a mountain of rubble. The 5 elders fell once more, each leaving a deep crater, yet one clawed his way back up, voice sharp with fury. Divine retribution, you wretch, you dare destroy my Sky Demon City? Then I will fight you until death. Wang Lin, buried beneath the wreckage, felt nothing in his broken body. Meridians shattered, bones splintered into dust. But his Tao heart remained unyielding. His eyes, wide and unbroken, glimmered with defiance. A voice whispered inside his mind, faint yet resonant. Those who cultivate while defying heaven, they do not hide. They face the celestial wrath directly, and for them, the heavens unleash their fullest fury. You are not the first, but you are a new path. The voice told of ancient powers, the ancient order, beings that walked the path of slaughter, spellcraft, and godhood itself, defying the celestial will. They forged their existence against the very laws of heaven, and though countless years passed, their legacy endured. I am one of those ancient demons, the voice revealed, yet I am incomplete. The demon drum was once mine, and I could never leave it. Over centuries, I nurtured the people, shaping lands and nations, though never united with my kind. Wang Lin listened, his mind a calm eye amidst the storm. The voice explained the endless wars between the 9 countries of the demon spirit land, the awakening of heaven-defying cultivators, and the delicate balance of power. I can repair you, guide you through this divine retribution, and grant you power in the sky demon country. But you must retrieve the 8 holy relics from the other nations. Contemplation settled over Wang Lin, a quiet resolve. Repair my body, give me the strength to withstand this divine retribution, he said at last. The voice's consent was like the release of a torrent. Power enveloped Wang Lin, sewing broken meridians, reforging bones stronger than ever, flesh knitting in an instant. Spiritual energy coursed through him, reshaping his body with astonishing speed. On the surface, the elders froze, staring as an aura of incomprehensible might surrounded the buried cultivator. Then Wang Lin emerged. Hair and robe still, eyes closed, yet waves of demonic energy rippled outward. The heavens' pressure failed to touch him. As he ascended, the energy behind him formed a colossal illusion. Over 1,000 feet tall, dark-skinned with horns, an embodiment of pure demonic majesty. The red clouds above shrieked in fury, thunder roaring across the heavens, as if a demon had been reborn upon the mortal world. And so, beneath the crimson storm, and amidst the shattered capital, Wang Lin rose, no longer a mere mortal, but a harbinger of the ancient path, his destiny intertwined with the fury of heaven itself. In the stillness before calamity, a presence manifested, an illusion, yet familiar. Its eyes were shut, serene, yet filled with the weight of eons. Wang Lin hovered above the shattered remnants of Sky Demon City, and 5 venerable elders froze in awe. They beheld the phantom that mirrored Wang Lin, their faces twisting with reverence. It truly is the ancestor, one whispered, voice trembling. The ancestor has come. Could this be the one the ancestor has long sought? Their gazes met, charged with unspoken understanding, when suddenly the sky itself roared. A red cloud, once sluggish, now surged downward like a river of molten blood, racing by tens of feet, then hundreds. The rumble of the heavens tore through the air. Sky Demon City, once bustling and alive, was pressed into the earth so completely that not even dust dared rise. Where buildings had stood, a vast basin now yawned. Cracks spider-webbed outward, reaching ever further, fracturing the earth beneath 5 kilometers, 50 kilometers, 500, even 5,000. The red cloud descended relentlessly, a harbinger of divine judgment, while thunder rolled like the rage of the heavens themselves. Amid this chaos, Wang Lin floated unmoving, as if caught between sleep and awakening. Then, with a sudden flicker of consciousness, his eyes snapped open. Behind him, the ancient demon phantom mirrored his motion, its own eyes igniting with a terrible light. An unseen force seemed to guide Wang Lin's hand. Slowly, deliberately, he lifted his right hand, pressing it toward the descending red cloud. The ancient demon did likewise, its colossal hand surging first into the heavens. Tao destruction! The words left Wang Lin's lips, light yet potent. Instantly, demonic energy erupted from both him and the phantom. They surged forward, slicing through the stormed sky like twin swords of vengeance. The thunderous red cloud shrieked in fury as the distance between them shrank with blinding speed. One strike. The clouds shattered. Wind whipped across the land like a furious dragon, and the ground below trembled violently. Wang Lin descended, striking the earth, sending shockwaves radiating 50,000 kilometers. Mountains of fractured soil leapt into the air, scattered like paper by the force of his impact. The ancient demon followed, a spectral, shifting giant, both relentless and untouchable. The red cloud vanished, but a new threat appeared, a red beam of light, 100 feet in length, hurtling from the sky. Its power eclipsed all prior divine retribution, yet its target was not Wang Lin. The ancient demon, eyes blazing, met the celestial strike with insatiable hunger. The scarlet heavenly light! How long I have awaited this taste, it growled, swallowing the beam. The light detonated within its massive frame, tearing it apart, collapsing it into nothingness, only for it to reform with terrifying speed. Collapse and rebirth repeated 10,000 times in a single breath. Each cycle sent ripples across the land, waves of destruction spreading 5 kilometers, then 50. And when the fury subsided, the red cloud had returned to serenity. The ancient demon exhaled, a puff of green smoke marking its retreat. "Meet me at Dragon Lake in 3 months," its voice resonated, not to Wang Lin alone, but across the expanse, reaching all who bore witness. Wang Lin stepped forward, vanishing into the winds. The 5 elders emerged from the wreckage, bellowing in outrage at the devastation. "Yun Dun! Appear this instant, or I will cast you into Dragon Lake for a century." Their voices thundered, reverberating across the scarred land. A shadow moved swiftly, climbing from the ruins, a wry smile upon his lips before he materialized on the Imperial Square. "Grandson Yun Dun greets 5 grandfather ancestors. You fool! Sky Demon City lies in ruins. You have 3 months to restore it, or Dragon Lake shall be your prison for centuries." He trembled, a wry grin crossing his face. 5 ancestors, rest assured, I shall rebuild the ancient demon city within 3 months. With their commands given, the elders vanished, leaving the young man to his task. Wang Lin, meanwhile, had already traveled over 5,000 kilometers. He extended his divine sense, retrieved a token from his bag of holding, and with practiced symbols, activated it. A white light enveloped him, and in a blink, he returned to the platforms connected by revered dragons, racing toward the cave. Inside the cave, Wang Lin reached the pavilion where the wine jug awaited. He seated himself, breathing deeply, and emptied his bag of holding. Celestial jade spilled across the floor, forming a miniature mountain, gleaming with raw spiritual energy. From the bag, a tiny red crystal appeared, the size of a fingernail, yet emanating a gravity that seemed to halt time itself. Ascendant Crystal, gift of Senior Zhao Yi. "If I succeed today, this debt will forever be remembered," Wang Lin murmured, swallowing the crystal. Closing his eyes, he immersed himself fully, his domain fusing with celestial spiritual energy, the ascendant stage within reach. Hours, perhaps days, passed in the stillness. Celestial jades crumbled into dust as energy poured into his body, forging the heart of his origin soul, Zhou Yi's ascendant crystal, a second heart of life itself. Outside, Sky Demon City stirred. Demon soldiers converged, laboring to restore their shattered home. Yet far from the city, atop a black tower in an ancient battlefield, 2 ghostly lights flickered in the helm of a spectral warrior. Even the ancient demon assisted, absorbing Wang Lin's power would have been a pity. But I cannot let the Ascendant's power slip by. Not now. And so, in silence and fury, the stage was set. Legends were being forged, destinies intertwined, and the Ascendant's path beckoned, perilous yet irresistible.